Good evening, SBC. Good evening, SBCC. Good evening, BSL. And good evening to everyone else within the sound of my voice, north, south, east, and west. This is the April 18th, 2023 edition of SBC. I can't find it. SBC Tuesday Talk. And I am your host and facilitator and van driver, Mr. Mike Walker. Glad to have each and every one of y'all with us. Glad you decided to spend time with us this evening. Glad that you chose to spend an hour or so with us. And we hope that you had a good day today. And if not, well, things will get better. Thank you so much. We're all in this together, though. So without further ado, we're going to do some salutations. And hey, if you can, let us know where you're from, okay? We got Valerie from Rocket City. Glad to have you here. We got Carmelita from the Magic City. Good to have you here. Sis Angus, glad to have you here. Rochelle Ducker, good to have you here. Theodora, great to have you here from Philadelphia. Andrea Silly, glad to have you here. Yolanda McPherson, good to have you here. Great to have you here. We got a bunch of y'all today. Sherry from Houston, good to have you here. Lynn from Guyana, great, always great to have you here. Kathy Leach, good evening to you as well. Thank you, much obliged. Thank you so much. Lisa Wilson, good to have you here. Mr. Singletary, great as always to have you here. Lisa from Connecticut, great, fantastic. And you from South Carolina, Massachusetts, H-Town. We got Teresa from North Carolina, good to have you. Kimberly Cook from Columbus, Georgia. Tiffany from South Carolina, great to have you. Catherine Fisher, good from the STL, great to have you here. Yvonne Rice, good evening to you as well. Angela Madison from Long Island, New York, always a pleasure to have you here. Tanya L. Jackson from Pensacola, Florida, great to have you here. I didn't know you were in Pensacola. Okay. Miss Perry, great to have you here. Miss Betty, good to have you here as well. I think that might be all for at least for now anyway, though. Well, in any case, though, like I said, glad to have each and every one. And we got some more. Regina, of course, good to have you here. Great, fantastic to have you here. Okay, then. Well, let's get started, though, shall we? Let's get started. First up, we're gonna do this first, though. We're gonna address this first. Then we'll get to the main part. 3 types of women. 3 types of women. Okay, and of course, this came from a video. And they was discussing this gentleman, and in his humble opinion, was discussing the 3 types of women, in his humble opinion. So y'all sit back and y'all take a listen.
Men group women into 3 categories. There's the freak, the friend, and the forever. The freak is the one who, just straight up drop it like it's hot, no questions asked. You know what she gonna do. You call her up, that's what she does. The friend is the person that you can rely on. The person that it's probably platonic. You can lay your head on her shoulder. You can cry, tell her all your feelings, but she's not the one that you actually marry. The forever is the woman that has marriage potential and the one that you marry. Now, the problem is women get confused about which category they're in. There's a lot of freaks who think they are forever, when typically they're not a forever. They're just the freak. And men, what they do is they keep some of these people on the side, and then he's with like the platonic friend. She can possibly move up to the forever, but the freak will never become the forever. but she's misconstrued and she thinks that she will, so she sticks around and sticks around.
Interesting. Interesting indeed. So he says the 3 types of women. So I'm very curious to see what y'all got to say about this though. Do y'all agree with his assessment? Or is it simply 3 types of women? This can apply to a man as well though. Some women may view us the same way though. What's your thoughts on that? But let's kind of dissect this a little bit. And he mentioned the freak. Now that's the one who I don't know. I honestly don't know. The freak is the one, and I'm speaking as for myself. Back in my younger days, the freak was the one, like he said, would drop it like it's hot, but you didn't deem her enough to be the forever for a variety of reasons. I got one homeboy. He slept with he would sleep with women, but he wouldn't get involved with them in a relationship wise because he felt they were visually unattractive. I guess I don't know, and I have to admit, in my younger days, I had the same way. That too. I'm ashamed to say it though, but I had the same mindset. And also personalities, how they carried themselves. Did they carry themselves as a forever? It was a lot of factors. I looked at how they, I guess, treated their household. Did they work? Did they earn their own? Or did they always had their hand out to the guy? That's what I was looking at back then. Now, again, this is just me. Results may vary. Let's see what the audience got to say on this, though. And y'all coming in, and that is great. Let me see. Back to basics. We're glad to have you here, too. Okay. Kimberly, hello, all. Okay. Okay. I would like to hear that, too, as well, Carmelita. Very interesting. I couldn't say this from a man's point of view. Okay. This is why I like to see how men view things. I believe this is how some men do feel. Sherry, I'm gonna correct you, and I don't mean to speak for all of us. I think that's how most of us feel. I'm different now because I'm not just gonna sleep with a woman because it was easy. That's when entanglements happen. At least my definition of an entanglement happened. Don't sleep with them unless you're willing to commit, because you sleep with them, you thinking one thing, they thinking another. Entanglement. But that's just my humble opinion. Okay. Rochelle. It goes both ways. There are 3 types of men, just like there are 3 types of women. Okay, and I agree. Do you have a list of your own? And if you do, would you mind, letting us know in the comment section, or is it the same as this gentleman mentioned? Okay, good. Okay. Most women have a little bit of freak in there. So I don't know about this one. Okay, I agree with that. Hey, Sis Allen, good to have you here. Hey, Charlene, great to have you here. We must remember when a man don't remember that we are women of God. And that can go that way. Yes, and that can go that way. Let me do something right quick. Let me do something really right quick. Let me do something right quick. Okay. And then too much I can do on this on my end. Okay. Let me see. Hey, how you doing? Yes. I'm glad you're here, Sister Kimberly. Glad to have you here. And please give us some of your takes on this. I don't want to say that, Mike, but that's what I really felt too. Yeah, I mean, Unfortunately, it's not some, it's most. And I have to say that right there. Hey, Ms. Morris, glad to have you here. Yeah, you agree. Okay. Good evening. Hey, T from Florida, glad to have you here. So that's how some, now I'm not saying this is, well, it ain't right. I'm just going to just come out and say it ain't right, but that's how they view that woman as a freak, though. So, okay, I like this right here. Mike, is this even as men mature? And again, I can't speak for all my brothers out there, but you got some close to my age with that same mindset. You know, you see this person as somebody they want to dilly dally with, but they don't respect them enough to do more than that. They just look at them as someone to do their thing with and go on their merry way. So unfortunately, and let us know on your end though. Uh, Rise. Hey, how you doing right there? Okay. Let me see. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Let me see right here. I don't know if I want to read all this, but hey. Okay. Here we go. So one of my ex, or so I thought, he later on told me that I was everything I wanted, but he felt like he didn't meet my caliber, and he was too he was too horny to control his urge. So that's why he was sleeping with me and two other girls. He also said though that I was more freaky and younger than the other two girls. I was the most ambitious one with no kids, which made him feel insecure and felt less than. It didn't add up to me. It doesn't add up either. He was around me a lot, so I wouldn't think he was cheating, and we went out a lot. That's something right there. Now that's something. That's something right there. That's something right there. Now we're gonna move on to the second part of that, though. He mentioned the freak, and he mentioned the friend. Now this is where we enter a slippery slope right there. The friend can be like that person you don't want to date, at least not initially, but you want to bring them all your problems involving the person that you choose to date. And again, this can apply to both men and women. And the friend, seeing you as the friend, can lead to you being an armchair counselor or a psychologist because they're going to dump all their issues and problems on you. You're already going through enough as is. Then someone else coming, the person that you may have had some type of feelings for, but they put you in the friend zone. So yeah, the friend zone. And that's an interesting place to be at though. The friend zone. I don't even think you get any action, at least I know of, in the friend zone. The friend zone can be almost very ambiguous at times. Let me see. Who is this? Carmelita. I have a guy friend who is married and comes to me griping about his wife all the time. And I told him that I'm going to start charging him for my therapy session. Carmelita, it is funny that you brought this up though, because I almost started have one of my topics is why do married people ask advice for single people? Why do they go to them with their problems though? And I know that can be very irritating though. And you ought to charge them. You ought to charge them at least $20 an hour, something like that though. So, okay. We dated briefly, but he was in Pennsylvania and I didn't want a long distance relationship. So we stopped seeing each other and then he ended up with this chick. Pretty interesting right there. So, and the brothers out there, do you see any, do you have any friends right there? And the sisters out there, do you have any friends though? Yeah, he can be trapped. He is married now. Okay. No, he didn't want long distance like that. It could be a handful right there. So the friend, can be taken for granted. The friend can be taken for granted, though. Because while you dating someone else, you just assume that that friend gonna be there to listen to your problems about why the relationship you're in is not going too smooth, not going too well, though. And people get tired of it, especially if they were the one that was rejected. People get tired of it, though. But if you also listen to what he said, the friend has a chance of being a forever. So that's interesting. In some cases, it can happen. Some cases, I know at least a few times, they friends, then later on they become forever. So it can happen. So that's interesting right there. We're gonna move on to the last part of this. The forever. And I think that speaks for itself. The forever, the one that you want a long-term relationship, the one that you see yourself being married to. Now that's interesting right there. The one that you say, hey, now that's the type of woman I want to marry. That's the type of guy I want to marry. Now I know all of us felt that way. All of us have our idea of what the forever should be. And I don't think it's a bad thing. Sometimes you just know who you may want to marry. So, and again, you don't want to be in an entanglement. Let me see what we got here. I'll read these other ones. Tiffany, the friend can go to forever or to the free. The friend zone is a very fluid and fragile place to be. Yes, ma'am. Preach, preach, preach. Gabriel Stewart, I'm glad to have you. I was in the friend zone and sexual active with him, and that's dangerous right there. He later told me he had another woman he was dating. I ended it and moved on. He told me I wanted to be the forever, but wanted us both. Okay. Derek, great to have you here. I have a friend and she lives in another state. We've been friends for a while, and she revealed to me that she wanted to sleep with me. Friend, but I want a future. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Okay, Rochelle, the forever is a tricky one, in my experience in dating this day and age. Okay, let me start over. The forever is a tricky one, in my experience. Dating this day and age, most men out there, not all are interested in looking for forever. They want a friend with benefits. Interesting. But believe it or not, and I'm going to take up for my brothers, you get sisters out there the same way. You got sisters out there the same way. Ask me how I know. Okay. Hey, Shireen, glad to have you. The forever for me is a God-fearing, patient, honest, and will show me unconditional love. And I will be the same to him. And you know what? That says it all right there. That's a wrap right there. That is a wrap. Shar. Nowadays, war does the word forever means to anyone, especially when people play all kinds of games. Please explain. Yes. Rochelle, you have to be careful with soul ties. Okay. Correction, the word or I what? Okay. Oh, y'all coming in good. I like this. Tiffany says there are still good men out there, ladies, who want the forever. Yes, don't give up hope, sisters. Absolutely. There are absolutely us out there who want forevers. We are wanting forevers. Trust and believe right there. And again, I understand that you may have been hurt and misled by the fellas that wanted you view you as a friend / freak. But no, it's some of us God-fearing men out there, followers of Christ, practitioners of the Christian faith that want that forever woman. I know I want mine. Easy. 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 Show us the forever, please. Well, you looking at an example right here with with the orange shirt and the blue cap on. Johnny Willis, great to have you here, sir. All men aren't out for the cookies. Absolutely. I want a person I can just hang out. If a relationship happens, it happens. Okay. Okay. That's good right there. Agreed. There are a lot of forevers out there. There are plenty. There are plenty out there. These soul ties are crazy. I've seen what it can do. I like this right here. Shantina, we discussing platonic friendships. Some of these sound like situationships or friends with. I don't know if you saw the whole video, but like I said, the fella categorized women in 3 categories. And the freak, which might as well say the friends with benefits, the friend, the person that you hang out with and tell all your problems to, and then the forever, the one that you say, you know what, that's the one I can see myself marrying. So, it can be something right there. If you want forever, just don't get stuck on looks. Looks fade. We age. His character will show his love till you grow old. I like that right there. Okay, hey, Tracy. Sister Morales, great to have you here. Don't ever want to be in that place with no man. I take my body like no other, because once you open yourself up to different spirits and so on, and BM and so on. No, not me. I'm about doing me, running my business and taking care of self. Pray for a true and real man, and guess what? I waited and I got what I prayed for and everything and more. Okay, that is great right there. That is great right there. Tiffany, take time to get to know a person before pressuring the relationship aspect of meeting people. You will be amazed at what a foundation that's getting to know each other can build. Yes, true words. True words. Oh, anytime for you. We all right. We all right. You owe me $2 though. We all right though. Okay, starting off as friends is the best way. Take it slow. Okay. But how about when people claim love at first sight? Is that really a true thing, or is just something? Okay. I don't even want to read this, but here you go. Who is more picky, men or women? I don't know if I want to touch that right there. I don't know. TTT. These days, people don't want forever. They want for right now until it no longer benefits them. I believe some people are like that. I don't think everything, but most people. Hey, Erica, I think long. Okay. At least I'm assuming I'm agree. Kim Richardson, I find that men pressure the relationship more. I think we do, but I don't think it's that big of a margin. I think it may be 60-40 more men doing it. So I think they both do it, but I think maybe 55-60% as opposed to 40% of the time, men, women, things like that. Okay. Okay, you can cash at me. That's good. Okay, thank you. Okay. Love at first sight is love unseen. You need to get to know the person and see if they want what I want. I love that right there. Monique, glad to have you here, ma'am. Microwave relationships. Sherry, I think it depends on the person, men and women, well, women and men. I think it's both. Y'all coming in here. Thank y'all. So saying is, I think forever these days is complicated. I have been on dates with guys that claim they are single. Come to find out that they are actually married. And I asked, why lie to me? They told me that their wife and them are going through a lot. So they want friends with benefits on the side because they never divorced their wives. I don't understand. I can't. You got women do it too. Trust me. and believe, but I don't know why people don't. I don't know. I can't read their minds. I believe in feelings at first sight, but love has to be cultivated. The timetable may be different for every couple, but love is cultivated. Feelings are instant. Sister Fisher, glad to have you. Could men 50 and older be looking for a caretaker for forever rather than a romantic partner? Well, guess what? The same thing could be said for women too. Looking for someone to take care of them. But overall, both men and women, you may have to look at that though. You didn't been party animal most of your life, and then time your knees start going bad and your eyes get dimmer and them steps get shorter. You may need a caretaker though. And that's for both right there. Okay. Naomi, no such thing as love at first sight. Lust, absolutely, but no, not love. Okay. I think it's infatuation at first sight. Yes, I believe that. I feel that a man or woman knows what category to put each other in when he initially meets her and make his choice from there, whether or not she wants to pursue a relationship, depending on how they carry themselves. Interesting, though. How do men handle a woman who has grown children? Well, and again, for me, I just observe at first. Observe and then see if I get along with the children, and we just go from there. There's no set answer. And then results may vary right there. Results may vary. Both men or women are picky depending on the person's preference. And I have a true friend who met her husband on the chat line over 10 years. It was love at first sight. Since they're still together up to this very day, and it's been now more than 10 years. So that can happen. Okay. Okay. Mike, I think that is more men that look for caretakers than women. Okay. I kind of heard that though. Okay. I can't have sex with a married man. Absolutely though. You wouldn't want to have sex with any married person. You really don't want it. Hey, BB, good to have you. Back to basics to me. Okay. Let me see right here. I see a lot of that. Okay. Betty, I run into a lot of men that seems to be mental. I had one. He was a millionaire, but he wanted me to be a caretaker for free. Well. I guess that's a good stopping part on that one right there. Well, no, let me read this one from Monique. Marriage is a challenge and a journey. It is not for the faint of heart. If some people did relationships like they were investing in their dream home, there will be a big difference. Amen, Sister Monique. Well, we're going to move on to the topic. We're going to move on to the main thing that what y'all came here for. So, of course, the topic, if the wife ain't happy. And of course, y'all heard the term, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy, or similar sayings like that. Well, I stumbled across a video that kind of tackled the issue about a happy wife at the home. I thought it was a pretty interesting video, so y'all take a listen.
I think the term happy wife, happy life has a level of toxic attached to it because it definitely tosses aside how the husband feels. Mm-hmm. What we do in our household is happy house, happy spouse, happy spouse, happy house. Happy spouse, happy house. You know what I'm saying? But if we want to have a happy house, we're going to have a happy spouse. That's how you do that. I prioritize my husband's mental health and his needs and his wants just as much as he prioritizes my mental health and my needs and my wants. And I think that's how you show up in a healthy relationship. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, in all fairness, I do think happy wife, happy life is a great thing, literally. Mm-hmm. Yes. I mean by legit
like if
words.
She's actually happy.
No. I mean by legit words. If she's happy, if she's actually happy, then you'll have a happy life.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. But what ends up happening is we get blurred because there are people that take that context and says, hey, that means devotion.
Oh, no,
that means I come first.
Or they apply it to this situation. Okay, cool. So you so you wanted to go out with your boys tonight, but your wife said no, I wanted to stay in and watch Netflix. Oh, happy wife, happy life. Sorry guys, I can't go hang out with y'all. So it's constantly you putting yourself on the
It's unreasonable sacrifices. And that's what there's no balance for your own happiness at that point.
Whew. And again, if the wife ain't happy though, so folks, what do you say about that though? What do you say about that? Men especially. And do you let the woman in your life dictate where you can go or what have you? Do you ask her for permission? I know. Ladies, do you ask them for permission though? But men, got a belch. Yvonne Rice, love it. Happy spouse, happy house. And I think it should go both ways. Yes, happy house, happy spouse. Yeah, okay. Carmelita. That whole happy wife, happy life saying was from the back in the day when men would just do stuff just to pacify their wives. When they mess up, let's keep it real. And you know what? Let's put a pin right there. Let's look at modern day couples that's in the spotlight. Fella cheats on his wife. He got caught cheating. It's bad. Then guess what happens? A week later, she shows up with an expensive diamond ring, an expensive car, expensive fur, etc., so on ad nauseum. And that's what happens. Hey, you got to pacify me on this one. Hey, I like that right there. Yeah, you're a smart woman. Let me see. Happy house, happy spouse. Okay, let me see what else we get. Okay. We have some more right here. A happy house should have both people feelings, communications, listening skills in it. There can be no happy home if one person is miserable. Ain't that the truth? If one person miserable, everybody miserable. You got to have that happy house. Tiffany Murphy. Both parties deserve peace in the relationship. Therefore, you develop agreements on respect and what happy looks like for their house. Oh, Sheena, good to have you here. We check in with each other and let each other know where we are. Great to have you, and I like that. Erica, compromise is so important. Neither should be in relationships where they are the only one giving and sacrificing. That's right. Can't be lopsided. Tanya, I think staying stuck on this is why Black men are feeling unseen and unheard in their relationship. My oldest female friend and her husband were struggling, and she said he wasn't making her happy. When I pointed out that she wasn't happy, she got mad at me. Later, she apologized to me and her husband. Happy spouse, happy house. It's much, much, much healthier. Oh, yes. Kobe, yes, I remember that. I don't know what kind of diamond it was, but I definitely remember that. And there's some other folks. I just don't want to name them, though. But, look at her. Yeah, look at it. Yeah, okay. Betty, if we were married and I want him happy too, I should not tell my husband when to come home or how to conduct himself when he is out. We love and respect each other. It should be like ABC. Y'all coming in. That's good. I like this right here. Rochelle. This causes so many unnecessary issues within the relationship. So your husband keeping his wife happy does not mean this is fulfilling him and bringing him happiness. Exactly. Like the young lady said, that could be toxic. That putting a lot of pressure on him. Oh, I got to make sure Mrs. Walker happy. I got to make sure she's happy. and sometimes at the sacrifice of my happiness. So it should be give and take 50-50. Okay. AB, good to have you here from Canada. Yes, we should respect the departed. Okay. Tracy, I think out of respect for each other, yes, I want to go out with my friends out of respect for my husband. If I was married, I would say, honey, if we are not doing doing anything, is it okay to go out with my friends? And for me, my wife, if I had one, if my wife, she wouldn't have to ask me. I mean, she's grown. This is not slavery. This is not indentured servitude or what have you. She's free to go out. Just let me know. So in case something happens, I can keep up with you, or something happens at home, someone know how to contact you. So no, definitely don't need my permission though. No, absolutely not. And you're from Jersey. Okay. Maggie Joe. You work together as one. If both of you want to please God and each other, most of these issues are solved easily. Ask me how I know. I did it for 33 years of love, peace, and joy. Have the conversation. Carmelita says communication should flow both ways. Okay. A happy house doesn't consist of gifts. You have to think about things that cannot be bought, such as listening to each other without judgment, and open communication and unconditional love. Communicating with your spouse about going out is not control, it's respect. Mark, it's good to have you here. It's supposed to be a team effort between two people. My parents were in a toxic relationship for 19 years, and my mom was a victim of unhealthy behavior from my father. Trust me when I say this, the house was in an unhappy foundation. Catherine, I love your attitude about now. Oh, well, much obliged. Well, that's just how I am, though. Hey, it's just it's common courtesy to let others know. And yeah, like I said, let me know, but you don't need my permission, though. Let me know. I might give you a little extra change and let you take the ATM card or what have you. So, hey, my former wife put work and church ahead of me. I own what I did afterwards. Tried to discussing it with her didn't help. Okay. Toria Lee, there should definitely be a time in growing stages of the relationship to establish healthy boundaries. A lot of these issues should come up in the conversation from jump. Communication is key for the team. Glad to have you here, Toria Lee. Wow. And it's something, and it's amazing though. And again, that can be toxic. Either way it goes, it can be toxic. But again, both parties, the husband and the wife, should be pleasing each other, making sure, and I'm not talking about just sexual stuff, hey, honey, your foot hurt, massaging each other's feet, massaging period, fixing dinner, both people fixing dinners, helping with this, helping with that. Hey, can I borrow your car? No, you can borrow my car. This, that, and no. If y'all married, then that's everybody's car. So I take that back, but just everything, man and wife, you're helping each other. You're helping each other. So, that's how it should be. So, you know what? I think that's it on that one. Y'all came in with some good ones, though. Oh, yeah. Hey, Kim. I'm sorry. I'm so pleased with the responses down. Yeah, good responses. Okay. I think she has one for Jimmy. Good question. Also, don't bring unsolved baggage into a home. It will ruin the foundation. Pretty good right there. Pretty good statement right there. It can be rough. it can be rough, y'all. I never been married though, but it could be rough. Okay, we got a little time, 15. We're gonna move on to the next topic. Move on to the next topic. Wait, let me move this out of here. We're gonna move on to the next topic. Y'all doing good, glad y'all here and everything. And oh yeah, if I happen to go off the screen or whatever, just stay here. Sometimes tech stuff happens. I'll jump on another apparatus though. But glad y'all here. Up next, we probably do this one quickly. It's our money. It's our money. It's funny that we talking about that. Marriage, it's our money. You see how the topics flow together? It's our money. This gentleman stumbled upon this video. I think Shell sent me this video. This gentleman, and I don't know his name, but I find out later. He's pretty good. I think he reads emails or letters from other people, and he act them out in his video. And I thought this one was pretty interesting. So y'all listen and y'all chime in, okay? Let's take a listen.
When I was 16 years old, I started saving my money. I still do that till this day because if something ends up happening, I will have the money to fix it immediately. 6 years ago, I met my wife in college. Around 2 years ago, she found out about my savings account, and that's when things kind of got weird. She tells me that she wants to start saving as well, and I'm like, cool, let's do it. As the months went on, she kept putting into the savings account, and I was putting into the savings account until last year when she graduated. When I checked the savings account, I was appalled. Hold on, what's going on? Because when my wife started to put in, there was $223,000. So that means when we started putting in together, it got up to $250,000. But when it got to that, she takes out all of the money and pays off her student loans. I was absolutely dumbfounded. I was flabbergasted. I was appalled at the situation because I couldn't believe that she would take out all the money without asking me and pay off her student loans. And then she says to me with a straight face, it's our money. What's our money? Out of the $250,000, you might have put in 10. You might have put in 10. I've been saving my money since I was 16 years old. For the last year and a half, I've been garnishing 75% of my wife's paycheck. So am I the a-hole for taking 75% of my wife's money?
What say y'all? Let me go to this right now. Let me see. Yep. Oh no, she didn't. Oh yeah. Wow. Oops. Y'all coming in. Wow. Okay. I'm surprised they still married. Shoot, that's a bunch to overcome though. Wow. Y'all coming in good. I like this. Wow. Yeah, I know. Should have talked to him. I think I'm gonna say this right here before we go any further. I think they should have started a all new separate savings account aside from the money he was saving prior to the marriage. That's what I believe, though, and there wouldn't been any confusion. Now, if she wanted to drain the joint one out, that's fine, though. But that's just how I look at it, though. Wow, yes, she's wrong for that. Gloops. You know what? I had to put it up here. I have no. Oh boy, thank you, Tara. Oh yes, Tracy, good to have you here. She did the most. Naomi, that's thievery. Oh no, that's not right. Grounds for divorce. Okay. Just what I just said. That's what I said, Kitty. That's what this should have happened, though. Oh, wow. Man, please. She was wrong, man. That was a dirty, rotten thing to do. And I could never trust a person like that. Wow. That's when you sit at the table and talk open about finances. That's why you need a prenuptial for what you had before you got married. What you work for solo should be yours to do what you wish. Sounds like a setup. Sis Barbara probably is. Probably is. Boy, y'all hold. Okay. And I appreciate this. She's blessed she didn't end up on the news. In the end, I was married to an addict. And I found out too late that was no longer, oh, wow. She was wrong for that. And she better be glad that's not my daughter-in-law. I agree with you. Okay. Karen, good to have you here. Wow. The fact that they had a joint account, then it would be our money. But the lady was wrong to take it without his knowledge. I mean, I agree. That's why you must establish boundaries. Again, boundaries. I think that's the code, the buzzword for the night, boundaries. A new account. I agree. The fact that she didn't even speak to him shows that she knew what she was doing and was being intentionally deceptive. Absolutely. They needed to decide how the savings account to be used. And again, they should have did a whole separate one from the get-go. I don't think so. His money belongs to him, vice versa. I'm old school, but when it comes to this, I don't believe it's ours. We can build accounts together, but have a prenuptial agreement for him. Also, my assets will have my mom and aunt's name on it in case he gets a divorce. And shh, don't tell the secret. Ooh, let me turn it off here right now. You're telling the secret, man. Come on, man. Life savings, shame on her. Rachel, good to have you here. The wife was wrong. It was a savings account that should both talk about how the money is spent. Yes, a separate account should have been open. Evil lady. Evil lady. Yes. Tanya, I love the garnishment. Char, he made the mistake of having it again. That's what I'm saying. And he realized that she did 75% of the money. He took open a secret account, but unfortunately, this is where the trust come in. Okay. Yes, where you have a future goal. Yeah, put everything in your mama's name. That show you the type of person that she really is. Yes, don't get your property money. Of course. Y'all coming in. Thank you. I have friends who talked open about that debt. He paid a debt off so they can have a marriage with no debt. Okay. Interesting. I'm still stuck on how did she find out? Now, that's a good question, though. Maybe he trusted her a little too much. Even when we're married, we are allowed to have some privacy. Yep. Rach, she lacked respect for him and his hard work. We got a few more. Communication is a good thing. Yes. Sheena is giving gold digger vibes. Look how I'm looking. Okay. Yep. Okay. Y'all did good with this. We're gonna move on to the last one. We're gonna move on to the last one. Okay. And this is I hope it's lighthearted. I hope y'all find it lighthearted though. I'm calling people ugly. Oh boy. Calling people ugly. Just ugly. Oh boy. Let me get this video. Y'all take a listen, okay? And no offense meant, but y'all take a listen.
Hey Siri, can you help me find a girlfriend?
Starting route to nearest therapist.
What, why?
To get you a reality check.
A reality check for what?
I have concluded that it would be impossible for you to obtain a girlfriend. It is because you are ugly. So ugly. The whole world faked the pandemic just to get you to put on a mask. You're so ugly. When your dad dropped you off at school, they arrested him for littering. You're so ugly. The government moved Halloween to your birthday. You're so ugly. You're the reason they turn off the lights at the movie theater. You're so ugly. Even Hello Kitty said goodbye to you. You're so ugly. When you go to the zoo, they have to shut it down because they think there's a gorilla on the loose. You're so ugly now.
I won't. That's all I can say. Whew. She said the government moved Halloween. That was a super roast right there. She cooked the whole cow right there. Ooh, I don't want nobody to talk about me like that. That's all I'm gonna say. I wouldn't want anybody. Alexa is cold-hearted. Man. Wait a minute. We got a few more over here. Yeah, I know. That's bad business, ain't it? Okay, well, people, guess what? We out of time. We are out of time we out of. So guess what, though, folks? It is time for the announcements, okay? Coming up next at 1:30 the next hour, we're going to have our after party. Bring your snacks, your popcorn, your whatever. You don't have to dress up. Just bring your libations and everything. We'll talk about things you want to talk about. And tonight's show, just be respectful. Be respectful. And I'm all but certain next Tuesday, if it's the Lord's will, we're going to do Shoot Your Shot again. I don't know how I'm going to do this, though. But like I said, most likely. And if not, we'll have Tuesday Talk. So if it's the Lord's will, we're going to be here one way or the other. So thank you all so much. Thank y'all. I enjoyed y'all. I hope I was a blessing to y'all, but guess what? Y'all was a blessing to me. So thank you so much, though. And if it's the Lord's will, we'll see each other next week. So see you later, alligator.